A very good morning, traders. It's Tone Arpan here, founder of Master Markets Trades Conference and the Traders Open Day. So today we are on Morning Glory once again. We are on this particular trade. We are taking on a long. It is in line with our higher time frame as well. Okay, so we got a bias on the upside in terms of our daily time frame over here. Then in terms of our 1 hour, so we are aligning that to the higher time frame. That's what we're doing over here. Currently just a little bit of a small drawdown here, but we'll hold on to it because we don't have any other reason for invalidation of this trade yet. Okay, I'll resume the video as we see the trade progressing. Okay, traders, so what we have here into the end of the hour, into 11 o'clock here, what we do have is actually a bit of a reversal here happening. We just need to be aware because one of our levels as well when we entered, which is the ST 1 hour reversal point as well, has been triggered when we entered. So I've got to just be cautious because what's happening at the moment really here is that the higher time frame. Remember, I talked about all this in the previous videos. Higher time frame is on the upside. Lower time frame is signaling a bit of a reversal signal right from the beginning as well. So we got to be aware of that, and that is why now we have moved our stop loss to the low of this. Okay, we're just minimizing our loss just in the event that we do get a reversal, okay, for us to cut our losses fast. All right, so that's what we have at the moment. So let's see how that trade actually progresses. So let's see at the moment, what do we have? At the moment, you can see that over here what we do have is it's a bit down. It's about 250 down over here. It's getting near to a stop loss, but it's fine. You just have to follow your plan, and you just got to keep on doing it until you get the runners, and then they can overwrite the losses. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. I will resume the video once we have seen how this trade progresses. All right, traders, we are still in this trade over here at the moment, coming into 12 noon. Okay, so as you can see over here, what we can see is that we have now trailed our stop to the low of this bar here, and we'll see how this trade now progresses. Do remember, traders, that as we always know, we have to remain tuned to our plan because our plan has already been well thought of. And the thing is, it's been done in a thought of having cumulative trades for you to be gaining your profits consistently over in the long run, not just over one trade. So, since the plan has been well thought of and planned, you must follow your plan as you are trading it. Unless and if you get doubts about it, that means then you need to go and review it in a very systematic, methodological manner before you then edit the rules in real time. Okay, so all right, so I will update you all on how this trade progresses as we go into the next few hours. Hello traders, as you can see over here, now in terms of a trade progression of morning glory over here, you can see right now that it is broken out of its range, okay, and our careful trailing process has kept us from being stopped out, and at the same time helping us to minimize losses if the trade had taken a different route of price. Okay, different price route. That's what it's all meant to be. Okay, because we also have to be aware of the price route probabilities. Currently right now we're just a little bit over 600 pounds over here on the cable. Target is at 128.67. Okay, so we're just about like 15 pips away from the target. So we'll see how that carries on to be really good volume coming into the market right now into the US session. Okay, is what we are having at the moment. Okay, I will see how this trade progresses as it reaches near the target. We'll see how we actually trail and manage this trade. But do remember, traders, especially for intermediate traders, actually who've been trading for about 2-3 years, What you do need to also have in terms of intra-day trades when it gets near to target, because there's been times when I know you can relate to this, when you've been when trades where just 2 pips, 3 pips, or 5 pips away from target, and it's just hovering around and you don't know what to do. So what you got to do at that particular point, you must have in your plan, your crib sheet, your strategy component, all the target failure mechanism rules. Okay, when does the target fail? When do you need to get out? When do you need to exit manually? When do you need to let it run? All that needs to be included in your target failure mechanism rules, and also your target management rules as well. We got all that. We got all of that in Master the Markets, all clearly drafted out. Everything so clear and quantified, so that then we can also gauge and review our results, so that we can see what's going wrong, what's going right, and what do we need to scale, and what do we need to actually review and edit as well. So you must have that. Your target management rules and your target failure mechanism rules is very, very critical. Okay, I'll pause the video here and we'll resume the trade as it goes near to the target. All right. Okay, traders, so as you can see right now, we have actually closed our position in terms of cable over here, in terms of this big massive seller bar coming into the market before the news comes out. We'll consider resuming the position if we do need to get back into the position, but as of right now, we've just closed it out for just about 160 pounds. Do remember, very most important thing, don't end up in a very big loss. That's what you got to be very careful of all the time. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much that from me on this trade. I will continue to see if we do get another position to carry on and to place another position onto this trade. I will update you all if there is another opportunity. Okay, traders, so we are back on this position once again at where we left there, got him back again, because you see what's happened is it did reverse back, but once it comes back to a certain level, we saw viability and we are in again. It's just because the probabilities have shown that the momentum has come back up, and for us to get back into the trade, and that's what we have done over here. And you can see that it's still hovering around. I'll be monitoring this very closely to see whether we should still be hanging on to this trade or we should close it. Okay, I will update you all as we progress into the trade. Alright, traders, okay, so as you can see over here, we're still on this trade currently. We got it back once again, and we can see that it's very near our target. But do remember, the most critical thing is that it's not whether it gets to our target or not, it's our trade management techniques over here, which is very critical. One thing you must always keep focusing on is your risk management. Okay, but you see, there is a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot between giving it a bit of room and giving it too much room as well, because you don't want to end up with a big loss as well that eats up into your past profits as well. Okay, so you got to be very careful of that. Now, as you can see with this trade, we just put it for the previous day's high. That's because of the volatility that it has showed and the inefficiency of the market. Okay, so that's why we have placed it as such. Now it's 2:30. Yes, the ECB conference has also started at the moment as well. So there will be some volatility coming into the market. We'll see how this progresses. You can see that now the target potential box as also highlighted as well. Another thing that I do want to mention as well, another good thing that you guys can look into as well, I will just show it on this screen over here where we got all our analysis over here. So this is basically 5 pips away. Look at that. That's the high 128.60, and the high over here is 128.53. Okay, when it gets to 5 pips away from the high, there is usually a 2-hour gap. There's a 70% probability, a 66% probability actually to be exact, that it will take out the previous day's high when it's about 5 pips away within 2 hours. Okay, so we'll see that, we'll monitor that closely, and we'll see how that progresses into time. Okay, I'll pause the video here and we'll see how that all progresses as we go forward. Okay, traders, as you can see right now that we have actually been closed out of the trade. We have hit our target as well. Okay, so you can see over here that basically we've banked it out right now for basically £700 from our second position, and the first position we had £160, so totaling out of 860. Right, so we altogether we've had about 43 pips today, 43 pips of profit. All right, so that's what we had today in terms of the market movement. So as you can see over here, today was a tricky day because we did have a bit of volatility. Now let me just show it to you on the other chart. As you can see over here, we did have a volatility in terms of this bar over here where it did come against us really fast. We did exit our first position, taking a small profit, and then we got in back in again because we saw some momentum coming in, and we saw that that was a way to just shake out the stops in the market. And then after that, we rode the wave, rode the move up, and we held on to our position, and then we got out at our basically our target point over here at previous day's high. Okay, so totaling up, we are finishing off at the day for about 43 pips of profit, and totaling just a little bit under £1,000. All right, so I think that's pretty much that. We've held on to this trade at least from 10 a.m. onwards. From this bar onwards, this is where we took the trade all the way up, is what we did. And over here, so we then took the trade up all the way. We've been holding it for about 5-6 hours today. That's what we've been doing. Some days it would just hit our target just within 2-3 hours. So great job here, and for those of you who've done that as well, it's great pat on your shoulders as well. Okay, all right, so that's all from me on this video, and as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.